The Dragon Kings, written by Kimberly Loth, narrated by Rysk. Obsidian, written by Kimberly Loth, narrated by Rysk. Prologue. Travis Springs usually didn't hike in the national parks. He preferred his mountains dragon-free, thank you very much, but his buddies told him this hike was safe and worth the risk. Everyone knew the best hikes were in the national parks, and Travis figured he'd have to get over his aversion to dragons if he was going to be serious about climbing mountains. The scenery was breathtaking. The valley below him shimmered in greens and yellows, not to mention the mist that rose from the steam vents covering the entire Yellowstone floor. He stopped to take a drink. According to the map, he was 1/4 of a mile from the top. This was one of the smaller mountains, and so it had to be safe. It was rumored that the dragons in Yellowstone typically didn't come down from the very top of the tallest peaks. Travis looked up and saw a gold speck high in the sky. He shivered and watched the path as he walked. In his head, he repeated words he read and heard over the last few weeks. Dragons didn't eat people. There were no documented cases. His fear was irrational, but then again, most fears were. He concentrated on the ground and climbed up the rocky terrain. After about 20 minutes, he finally made it to the top. Travis refused to look up at the sky and instead surveyed the valley below him. In the distance, a herd of buffalo grazed in the plains. He took a few deep breaths and felt his fear subside. He'd been silly. He took a chance and peeked at the sky. The speck looked closer, and his stomach clenched. But then he reminded himself that because he reached the top, the speck would obviously be closer. Travis's hands shook as he took a drink of his water. He convinced himself that he'd spend 15 minutes or so and then head back down. But he didn't waste all day climbing to the top just to race to the bottom. Travis dug in his bag and found his camera. The air around him suddenly felt 10 degrees warmer. Sweat beaded on Travis's forehead. A hot wind whooshed from above him. He clutched at his camera and looked up. The golden underbelly of the dragon was only about 10 feet above him, flying over him quickly. The thing had to be 100 feet long from the snout to the tip of its tail. Travis felt his jeans go wet.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?